So my name is Raven Stewart. I'm currently a second-year student here at Auburn University, where I'm pursuing my doctorate in pharmacy. So I'll be graduating in 2022 with my PharmD. Right now, I am involved in a couple of organizations such as Phi Delta Chi, and I also serve as a class justice for my class. I went to Georgia Tech for undergrad, where I graduated in 2018 with my bachelor's in science and biomedical sciences. Also, while I was in undergrad, I was part of the track and field team, where I served as team captain. So I definitely would define a leader as someone who has a vision and shares it with others. Also, I feel like a leader is always someone who's willing to serve their team. I feel like the most important part about being a leader is leading by example. So one of the leadership roles that I said I do have right now is that I serve as class justice. In this role, I kind of serve as a liaison between the students and the faculty and staff. So a lot of times when announcements are being sent out and things like that, we send them out to the students, or if the students have a problem with something that's going on with the class, we relay that back to the faculty and staff, or the faculty and staff feels like there's a problem, like maybe just increased cell phone use or just people being disruptive in class. We relay that message back to the students. So I feel like in this role, definitely people are looking to me as an example, because it's kind of like a thing of, how can I ask you to not be disruptive in class if I'm on my cell phone the whole time, or things like that. So I feel like definitely leading by example is something that a leader does. And that's what I would define a leader as, is someone who's an example. So some of the challenges I feel like being a leader is definitely staying motivated. Like I said, I feel like, you're supposed to be this example for a group of people and things like that. And in particular, I think about back when I was running track in undergrad, and just those days where you just don't feel like it and you're just so unmotivated, but you have others looking up to you to be this example and for you to be a leader. And a lot of times you just have to push through and be that example for your group and things like that. Definitely another difficulty I could see me experiencing as a leader is just dealing with difficult people or resistant personalities in general. But I definitely feel like being a leader, you have to be adaptable in those situations and things like that. So you always have to find a way to lead others, even if it's not in your traditional style, that fits them and it helps them be a better person and be a better part of your team or your group. I would definitely describe my style of leadership as servant leadership. Like I said, I always feel like, being a leader is an example. So I feel like in this style of leadership, it allows others to see that you don't think that you're better than others, and that you're willing to do the same work that you're asking them to do, which also motivates them to do that work as well. Because I feel like at times when leaders just tell people what to do, a lot of times members of that team feel unappreciated and they're not really motivated to do work. I also feel like this style of leadership helps you show the people on your team that you're really invested in them and you want them to be better. And also I feel like this is a way that you lead by example, is doing the work that you're asking others to do.